Alright, let's look at the homework 8.3, 8.4, problem number 15. Alright, so we want to find the relative extrema of this given trig function. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so in order to find the relative max and relative min, we need to know where the critical points are. So let's try to find that. Alright, so first thing is just take the derivative. Y prime is equal to, alright, 18 is just a number, so I'll put that there. Alright, derivative of cosine is negative sine of x. Alright, then plus 9 just a number, so put it there. And the derivative of cosine of 2x is, again, it's going to be negative sine of 2x, but by chain rule, multiply by 2. Alright. So it looks like we have negative 18 is in common, so we can pull out the negative 18. Alright, so negative 18 is right here, and also negative 9 and then 2. Alright, so what's left would be sine of x plus sine of 2x. Alright? And remember that one of the trig identity of sine of 2x, so sine of x. Alright, sine of x is equivalent to 2 sine of x cosine of x. Alright, so we have a sine of x here and a sine of x there is in common. So I'm going to pull that out. So negative 18 and a sine of x. Alright, so you're going to have 1 plus 2 cosine of x. Alright, we set that equal to 0. Alright, so we have a couple of possibilities. We can set the sine of x equal to 0. Alright, or 1 plus 2 cosine of x equal to 0. Alright. So let's do a number line, actually the unit circle, whoops, drawing a unit circle. Alright, and let's see, we want to see when sine of x becomes 0. Alright, so sine represents the y coordinate of the point on the unit circle. So we want the y coordinate to be 0, which means that the point is here and a point is there. Right? Then here is angle is 0, so it's not included there, unfortunately. But the angle pi, so that would be pi, would be angle between 0 and 2 pi. So this tells you that the x is equal to pi. Right? Then another place would be, we can, so here, if you solve this guy, so we want the cosine of x to be negative 1/2. Alright, cosine represents the x coordinate, so this is negative 1/2 here. So we have a couple points here, and these are the couple possible points. Right? Then you can see that this is the angle from here to there would be 2 pi over 3, right? So that would be 120. And also the angle over here, so from here all the way to here, that would be 4 pi over 3, right? So those are the x values. So it's 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Alright, then what we want to do is we're going to do a number line here to make sure that to determine if we have a local max or local min. Alright, actually it's between 0 and maybe 2 pi. Alright, then we have tick marks for pi, so that's right in the middle. And 2 pi over 3 is before pi. And after pi, so it's 4 pi over 3. Right? then we can just check some angle here. So we can try x equals pi over 3 or something like that, right? Then we just need to know the sign, right? If x is pi over 3, right? Sine of pi over 3 is positive, and this is negative. Or maybe I should, so here's a positive. Alright, so pi over 3 here. So if you have 1 plus 2 times cosine of pi over 3 is definitely positive. So we know that this is negative here. Right? And we can try anything between 2 pi over 3 and pi. We can do 3 pi over 4 or something like that. Alright, 3 pi over 4 is over here. Sine is going to still be positive. And 3 pi over 4. So cosine of 3 pi over 4 would be, it's going to be slightly bigger than, slightly smaller than negative 1/2. So it's going to be slightly smaller than negative 1/2. So that's going to be negative in this case. So it's going to be negative, right? So negative times positive times negative is positive here, right? After pi, so if you look at that, and the sign is going to be now, maybe I should erase this so that you can kind of start fresh. And okay, so if bigger than pi, and maybe it's going to be a 5 pi over 4 or something like that, then if that's the case, sign is going to be negative, right? And a pi over 4, 5 pi over 4 is going to be again slightly less than cosine slightly negative 1 over 2. So that's going to be negative. So negative times negative times negative is going to be negative, right? Then we can try something like, let's see, 3 pi over 2 or something like that, right? So sine is going to be still negative, 3 pi over 4, 3 pi over 2, sorry. And here, cosine is going to be actually 0, so it's going to be positive here, right? So you have a negative times negative times positive would be positive, right? So now we can see that we're going to have here decreasing to increasing. So we're looking at the y prime here. And y is going to be decreasing here, increasing here, decreasing here, increasing there. So we know that we can have here. So this is going to be, right, decreasing, increasing. So local minimum here. And here, we're going to have local maximum. And here, you're going to have a local minimum, right? So let's see, local minimum is going to be at let's see, 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3, and a maximum is at pi, right? Then let's look at the corresponding y value, right? So if you plug in pi, so y of pi is going to be 18 times cosine of pi would be negative 1 plus 9 times cosine of 2 pi would be just 1, so 9 times 1. So this is going to be negative 9, because 9 minus 18. So negative 9 goes here, right? How about the y of 2 pi over 3, right? So it's 18 times, right? Cosine of 2 pi over 3 is negative 1/2, right? Then plus 9 times cosine of 4 pi over 3 is still negative 1/2, right? So this is going to be negative 9 minus 9 over 2, right? So that's going to be, it's negative 27 over 2, right? So it's negative 27 over 2. Alright, so we can do y of 4 pi over 3. Alright, so 18 times 4 pi over 3 is negative 1/2. Plus 9 times, alright, so cosine of 8 pi over 3. So it's going to be still negative 1/2. Alright, so we're going to have same value, negative 27 over 2. So negative 27 over 2. Alright, so that's that. So let's type it in. Alright, we got so Greek letter and pi, I can't get the thing, Greek letter here, pi. Alright, we got the pi, and then it was a negative 9, was it? Let's see, negative 9. Alright, so this is 2 pi, and maybe I'll do this, 2 pi over 3, comma, negative 27 over 3. Let's see, that's not right. Negative 27 over 2. Alright. Alright. And we have a 4 pi over 3 and negative 27 over 2. Alright. So let's submit for testing. Alright, it came back and that looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.